What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video on the FBA Capital Trading Channel. I wouldn't even just say trading channel anymore. We do it all. But with that being said, I have the daily range case study for Monday, November 14th, and I'm going to do Tuesday the 15th. And the reason I'm doing two of them is because this was Veterans Day, so the volume wasn't very high, so it's going to be a pretty fast daily range case study, if that makes sense. But I'm going to start off by marking up the previous day's high, previous day's low, the 12 a.m. open, which is right here. Boom. Then I'm also going to mark up the Asian session range from 18 o'clock all the way to midnight. Boom. Now that everything, we have all of our okay, let's put that back. Now that we have the markups just like this, there's a few things I want you guys to pay attention to in price, such as this high, such as this low, and those are going to be the two main areas in my opinion. Matter of fact, yeah, those are going to be the two main areas in my opinion. But I also want you guys to pay attention to this high right here. So let's start with this low. Why is this low important? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look to the left, and we're going to be drawing a fib from this low, which is the previous day's low. We're going to draw all the way to the previous day's high. And we're not actually going to use this. We're going to use the bottom candle right here. And now when you do that and you pull it over, you can see that there was a fib move right in here. And also keep in mind where we are in price, 11,700 big figure level. So we have a few confirmations now. We have a big figure level along with a fib retracement, along with the fact that we are trading into this higher time frame order block, these two down candles right here. And if we come to the 30-minute time frame, didn't mean to do that. If we go to 30-minute time frame, you can see that is one big down candle. So we're going to go back to the 15. I'm going to mark that up right here. Mark up these two candles in here. Why? Because as you can see, that is where price was having a lot of reaction off of. If you pull it to the left, just like that. Go out of it a little bit. So now we see that there was a few areas and reasons for price to do this. And also keep in mind at what time did this. This happened at 9:30 to 9:45, but we made that low at 9:45. So now let's annotate all of these. We have the low of the day at 9:45 a.m. along with a fib long from the previous day's low to the previous day's high, along with 11,700 big figure rejection, along with the 30-minute bullish order block that we are rejecting off of. Boom. So that is the confirmations for why price left this low. Now, after this, what happened? And also keep in mind, this was Veterans Day. So this is stuff, there's a reason why price was consolidating. There wasn't a lot of volume because it was a bank holiday. So majority of people didn't trade today. Well, not today, Monday, which was Veterans Day, and I also didn't trade either. But there's still moves in here that you could have potentially caught. So after we made this low of the day, price ran above, and we cleared the Asian session, not Asian session, we cleared the London session high. Why is that important? Because I always tell you guys to pay attention. I always tell you guys to pay attention to session highs and session lows, because when they get ran through, a lot of the time there's a reaction. So as you can see right here, what happened after price ran up, cleared the London low, not London low, London high, which is right here. That was made at 3:15 a.m. It ran it, consolidated before having a little drop off. And from here, we had a retracement that you could have potentially caught. So if you would have pulled a fib from this low to this high right here, and if you guys don't know where I drew any of my fibs from, I drew my fib that we got this major move right here from the previous day's low to the previous day's high right there. And the fib that I just drew, I drew from this short-term low to this short-term high. And if you look within it, price came right back into this order block, retest the order block, retest 11,700, and also we had a retracement for a fib. So we had a very similar move to right here, almost identical. I'm not going to put annotations in there just because you guys is going to be, it's going to show it a lot. But as you can see, it came right in, then pushed. From here, where did it push? It came all the way up to where? The previous day's high. And then after it tapped into that previous day's high, what happened? Price grabbed the liquidity and then dropped off. Coming back where? Back to 11,700, back to this order block. Now, just because we have all these confirmations here doesn't mean it's going to keep holding this area. We just know that price is likely to have a reaction from this area. That is all I know. Simple. That's all I know. And I also know that there's likely to be reactions at certain session highs and certain session lows. I also know that also. But doesn't mean price is going to continue to move from there. So at 14, which is 1 o'clock p.m. What is it? 13 is 1, it's 2. So at 2 p.m., we got the high of the day. After what? Cleared previous day's high, along with, I think that's the only confirmations we had for that area and price. So we made the high of the day at 2 p.m. after clearing the previous day's high. And then from here, price ran all the way back down and just continued to range off. So this is the daily range case study for Veterans Day, which was Monday. We had Asian session range. London session came down, cleared those lows, came back into the range before consolidating, before just clearing those lows, pushing above, and then continuing just to consolidate. So for the most part, it was a bullish New York reversal day. Even though I wouldn't recommend trading holidays, there was still moves in here that you could have potentially caught. So now I'm going to screenshot this. I'm going to put it inside the Telegram. So if you guys want this also, make sure you screenshot it. And now we're going to move on to Tuesday, the 15th. So now we're going to go to the 15th. Boom. Now we're going to go over Tuesday. So we're going to do the same thing we do. We're going to mark up the previous day's high. Boom. And previous day's low. So as you can see, the day before was Veterans Day. It was a very low volume day. So the previous day's high and previous day's low are still pretty close to each other. We're also going to mark up the 12 a.m. open, which is right here. Boom. 12 a.m. open. And now we're going to mark up the Asian session range. What I do is very repetitive. Very, very repetitive. I just want you guys to always know that. It's very repetitive. It doesn't have to be complicated. Keep it as simple as possible. Mark up the Asian session. Then from here, we got a few areas I want you guys to pay attention to in price. I want you to pay attention to this high, this low, and this low, well, short-term high right here. Now, why is this low? I'm going to start off with this high. Why is that high important? So for starters, that is our high of the day. We got that high of the day after price traded into this mid-figure 1250 level. We came close to 12,100, but we didn't just tap into it. Almost did, but I'm just going to use this mid-figure level. We look to the left. We cleared this high. We cleared this short-term high over here. So we grabbed the liquidity above this high, along with running into 1250. And at what time was this? 8:30 in the morning. So right at news. So let's do that. High of the day at 8:30 a.m. because of more than likely news at 1250 mid-figure. Also, false break of high. We had a false break of a high, which was this black dotted line that we ran through and cleared the liquidity from. Then from here, what happened? Price ran all the way down, targeting what? It came all the way back down and ran the London lows. We ran the London lows at what time? 13:30, which is 1:30, and that is when we also got our low of the day. And that's also when we tapped into 750 quarter point or mid-figure, whatever you want to call it. So let's annotate that also. So at what time? 13:30. So 1:30 p.m. we got the low of the day after price ran the London low, tapped into 11,750. And what else? Another thing I'm going to also look right quick is if we pull a fib from that previous day's low to the previous day's high. And look at that. You also have that fib move within there also. So I drew the fib from this low, which is yesterday's low of the day, to the current high of the day, which we have up here. Price retraced down, cleared those areas, and tapped into this fib long before pushing. It didn't have a major push as of yet, but this is where it ended up pushing to and then closing off for the day on Tuesday. And now we're going to look at this high here. Why is this high important? Because this is a short-term move that you more than likely still could have potentially caught. I'm going to check to make sure it is one. I think it's a 38.20% move, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. So if you simply Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let me grab this again. Pull it from here to here. Get the 38.20% right there. So if you didn't know where I drew it from this high of the day to this current low, which is our low of the day also. And then you had this 38.20% rejection where? At 11,900. Big figure level. Now, even though this wasn't a very big move, this is still a move that you could have capitalized off of. And at what time did this happen? 15:15, which is about 3:15, I'm pretty sure. But I'm not going to annotate it. I'm going to say fib short 38.20% along with 11,900 big figure level. Boom. And then from there, price just consolidated. So this was Tuesday, November 15th. It was also a bearish New York reversal, not a bullish New York reversal. Yesterday was a bullish, today was a bearish. And as you can see, it did the same thing. Ran the Asian session high, kept going higher, made the high of the day, ended up coming down, clearing the London session low. Over here, ran above, cleared the London session high, ran move. You just pay attention to these highs and lows. Previous highs, certain session highs, such as the Asian session and the London session highs and lows. Pay attention to all these areas and just go back and price and look at how price reacts to these specific areas. That's all I got to tell you guys. So let me do the little schematic. We had the Asian session range. Price pushed up, ended up having reversal, coming back into the range, but never ran that initial Asian session low. Boom. Boom. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Make sure you stay tuned for Wednesday's video, Thursday's video, and Friday's video on the daily range case study. So with that being said, if you found this video helpful, if you found it to give you a little bit of insight on how I personally trade, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you also join the Telegram link that is going to be in the description. Also, so yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Check out the podcast, and yeah, stay productive, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.